This is no coincidence, you know who they learn from. Them OGs who showed them his first gun, not knowing from this day on that the curse was done. Dumb choices we still running from. Who would have thought that murder could ever be one of them? Now here they come, cause you slain someone's son. All over nothing, now a brother lost his freedom. Thinking going crazy, trying to play guns. What happened to the day beef was settled out in a fair one? Please son, I got more to live for. A crib of like 6 floors, my name up on the billboards. My family gonna eat more, worries gonna dissolve. King on his chessboard, I'll never be a damn pawn. You hate, H-Town, what up? They kept us on the low, now we on the come up. When they running wild and they always keep a gun up. So you can either put up or shut up, I'm screaming now. You hate, H-Town, what up? They kept us on the low, now we on the come up. When they running wild and they always keep a gun up. But you can either put up or shut up.
I'm from a place where kids is dying, it's a tragedy. Where they don't care about them back to go Mac to see. A lot of cats don't make it to C26. All they concerned about is new Jordans and who moving pips. And what set you claim, who you be moving with. They'll kill you cause the dude that you coolin' with might have a plan that allow them to escape. Then they eyes filled with envy and they blood filled with hate. With a gun he is the God, so he controlled your fate. His crew turn into disciples, it's a little too late. They all scream, ooh, kill him. Then the coward then comply. Gun goes off, one killed and one died. But the one that died will never be the same. Cause the inmate number now is his new name. The street make plays but the game never change. Streets never change.
Hey, new hate, H-Town, what up? They kept us on the low, now we on it come up. When they running wild and they always keep a gun up. So you can either put up or shut up, I'm screaming now. New hate, H-Town, what up? They kept us on the low, now we on it come up. When they running wild and they always keep a gun up. Or you can either put up or shut up, I'm screaming now. New hate.
And she'll, with no beginners, I'm a winner, she a winner, and this life ain't for no pretenders. You can take her out to dinner, I'm passports and luggage. This life, you gotta love it like heaven, nothing above it. She overwatch, can swim, cause it's about to be flooded. And we don't use words like can't afford it and budget. And she live how you stunt, she get what you want. That's the life of a boss, she's taking no loss. Say you can't afford it if you gotta ask what it costs. And she floors in the big body, that's how she ride. And she winning, that's the only thing that run through her mind. Staying in her own lane, please don't cross the line. Doing 80 on the road, so she still got drive. And shorty's always winning, so you better watch her shine. I'm a winner, she a winner, she a winner. Alright, I'm a winner, she a winner. We a winner, no discussion about it. How could you about it? Being at one with Chanel, you used to settle in for less. I take you out of that shell, take you miles away from blocks where them dudes is cheaper. And the purple Dior frame just to match your sneakers. And only call you when I need you. 6 trips to Vegas, which that's the latest. And tell me who's the greatest. It's due, now the rest is up to you. Now you can swim with the sharks so you can stay in the pool. Now the cruise, I'm talking 6 days in the Bahamas. It's hard to hear the drama when you killing the sauna. And no proposal proposition cause you already chosen. And I'ma be over here with the margaritas and frozen. They putting losses on your back, you rubbing lotions on mine. And she next and she know it, but she taking the time. Sometimes we get extra when we crossing the line. But we winners and you win when you crossing the line. I'm a winner, she a winner, she a winner. Alright, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, she a winner, she a winner. Ain't no discussion about it. Ain't no discussion. I'm a winner, she a winner, she a winner. I'm a winner, she a winner, she a winner. Ain't no discussion about it.
Smoke, my eyes to the heavens while them demons in my throat. The grind stayed hard, I felt the end of that road. Frenemies claim alliance, but reality is no. I don't hear the truth and they chatter like one bit, yo. Try to cover shit with the sugar, it's still issue, though. People get to switch it like my city gon' schizo. OGs be having straight, but they don't be official. So you ain't familiar if you ain't La Familia. Trying to live jealous was envy be killing ya. Shake them off like they didn't had the Parkinson's. Moses on these dudes with their waves, I be parting them like make way. King forgotten in my vacay. The real gon' rise and lanes will fall up in the same day. Funny how my niggas in the game that I don't play. Dudes be on that ish up. I ain't talking short stay. I be at it all day. Deep into the weed, I will flex on them till I pull up muscle. You gon' see the power. Oh my Schwarzenegger, you know the force is mega. Pull out the lightsaber and split you like a Garcia Vega. I'm going gray on them. Coming, I ain't trying to clear the way for them. Coming at me, yo, that's a game of where I stay all in. I had your jet blowing up, boy, your grave calling. Just where you know it. Matter in the background, but dudes ain't.
Keep cheese in your pocket and I gotcha. Have my chicken tricking with these chickens eating lobster. While I'm with the wife, counting money like a monster. You know, boss type, not that Ricky Ross type. How you rap that boss type, trying to stop the bleeding. Ain't no one leave it till we get the money or the bread.
Chatter in the background, but dudes ain't low. Crying is still of that, you would think. Green light on mine in a small town, yo. I'ma see what in the talking shit you thinking that you nah, but you done, nah, that you done, nah. I'ma get you up to speed, what you done, nah. You get the this
touch your body. I can't wait to touch your body. And we ain't gotta tell nobody. I can't wait to touch your body. Kiss me and make me believe that this moment we're in, it ain't just pretend that we're making love. Pretend that we're making love. Yeah. Started with a whisper in the ear. How the hell we end up on the stairs? Now I got your body on your lip. I'm gripping on your hip while you're telling me to beat it up. Move fast, bend over backwards. I'm your daddy, I'm your pastor. From the bed, now we wet up in the shower. She need about a second, I'ma take about an hour. I'm touching on you, oh yeah. Put your body on me. My hands are on your shoulder. Let's finish what we started. I can't wait to touch your body. I can't wait to touch your body. And we ain't gotta tell nobody. I can't wait to touch your body.
Roll a couple L's, light it up, baby, blaze up. Body so good, you can have my first one. I can take you down tonight. Hold you to the morning light. Go another round, this is round 3. Couple more blows, knock you out in round 3. Love how you sleep. Spin around, arch your back for me. Storm is coming around, let it rain on me. Moaning loud, say I'm daddy. Exhale now, lie with me. Feel me go deep, ooh, ah. Both our bodies, ooh, side. Love the Kama Sutra.
The way I'm touching on you, oh yeah. Put your body on me. My hands are on your shoulder. Let's finish what we started. I can't wait to touch your body. I can't wait to touch your body. We ain't gotta tell nobody. I can't wait to touch your body. pest controls America. Yeah.
Get my fresh and I keep it 103.5. Get it correct on your dial, that's the FM. So tune into us, let's trend. Beat the topic on the morning show that's on and through. Clean out your eyes and sip your coffee, let your morning flow. Hop out your ride like you arrived, but it's time to go. Top of the hour like the ad-lib, my state is song. Yeah! Put the coffee in the cup and wake your ass up. This beat hit so hard, thought it was a Mack truck. Grab a bag up, that diesel and gas up. For this ride, we bout to drive till 9 can't pass us. Cause we leading the caravan, serenading your travel plan. Herding the cattle, man, as we give you a battle plan. For all the wealth to grab up. But first, you need to wake your ass up. My city, I wear it. Dally the black is gearing. I'm coming to lift the spirits like toast in a drink. I'm a breath of that fresh air while you yawning, chasing that paper you on it. Speaking of mine, and that's designed to make you think. Hold up, just sit it down for a second. Tune in to think. Who put it down with the bars and don't need a drink to drink? That'd be me, whether gargle or the breath stink. From running late, so I'm rushing like doing things. Could you get it?
Like a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. We gon' get you one of those days. Out to work to play. It's your morning.
Cause see it's growing, I got it, call it the buzz. These dudes vagina, they leaking, needing a plug. These chicks is lonely, they weak and seeking a hug, and we got them fresh up early mornings on and waking them up. Let's get it.
Put your sorry behind them. From your time.
True. I'm here for the early birds. Give them the worm. Can't say a dirty word. My town to yours. Rooftop to the curb. The topic superb. Politics. Give us that acknowledgement. Elephant in the room. You couldn't move it. We the monolith. Wipe that cold up out of your eye and hit up that Wi-Fi and beat the other sun. Every day come catch another one. Compliment your coffee and your honey bun. Tune in with the tune in or the FM on your morning run. 6 in the morning. Fighting for bathroom time with daughters. I got my laptop popping and keep it ugly for all us. Every demographic on perimeters, we who you listen to. It's independent radio for independent listeners.
Ad-lib on the track, hold it, here I go, my vocals. You were waiting for lyrics? This is how we do it, baby. But I can give you some answers. Quantum on the beat, baby. Young Race.
What's up? For real. Here I go. Thank you very much for unmuting me. Keeping it ugly.
What up?
Good morning to you. Yeah. Gotta tell you right now, wake that ass up. I'll say, wake that ass up.
Towards Caleb and Rob Dice, since they're not up yet, or in the group thing yet?
No, they're here. He's here, but Caleb is here. He's behind the scenes. He was handling something. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. All right, good people. Check this out. I gotta hit some numbers. Good morning, Harry. How are you?
Good morning.
DJ Harry is a little off the beat this morning.
What's up?
What happened with the beat this morning?
What happened with it?
It has great graphics, but what happened to the beat?
Oh, in the beginning, I forgot to share the music.
Oh, I was like, yo, this is awesome here, but what the hell is going on here? Harry Jokes is pulling one on us. My God, my Lord, my God. Okay. Caleb, you gotta join us. Yeah. My goodness. You all right there, Trevor? Looks like you had a long night.
I literally woke up maybe 30 minutes ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's standard when you're working from home.
Yeah. Had to rush and make breakfast. My room's been like hot. It's been a hot box all last night.
This is unbelievable. Kotick beat everybody in.
Yeah, right.
That's a lie.
Except for you, Trev.
Yeah, right. Kotick beat everybody in. Yeah, right.
He's there.
He's there, but that don't mean that he beat everybody in. Kotick's like, well, you should have seen the moment that you just give him. Or his heart just was like, oh, Lord bless his heart.
Anyway.
He was like, yeah, what? I beat everybody. What? Yeah, right. So, Trevor, you were saying that you have what kind of an evening? It was a hot evening? What the hell happened?
No, my room gets really hot once towards the summertime and stuff. So I have two fans going, and it was still hot. So
damn, the hell, it's not even that hot out.
No, my room is.
What do you do? What do you do
in
July and August?
I hopefully pray. No, I'm not in the attic, but it's like I pray for the AC to be on all the time. That my room actually gets cooled down. So
why you pray? Why don't you just? Oh,
well, yeah, it was 78.
Yeah, my room still gets hot though.
Yeah, in my bedroom last night it was still 78. So I had the fan directly on me too. I mean,
I have one fan directly on me and one just isolating right now, like circulating the room.
Yeah, it was like humid last night.
Yeah, that's why I'm for dry heat more.
Because all I keep going is the fan out here. It's crazy in the wintertime. I never run the heat. I don't know. I don't get cold. Last winter I probably turned on the heat probably 1 or 2 times. I got, and I guess because of the heat that's below me, the side of me, and all around me, so it keeps my unit pretty comfortable. To me, it is.
I used to have to run the heat at my old apartment all the time because I lived on the end cap that's like you're near the one last room, but you have the outside towards you. I had one of those apartments. Like the only perk that was great about it is I had a balcony.
But what were you watching when you go out there? What did you get to see?
The highway, and that was really it.
So in other words, you were the guy in the whole building that was sucking down all the pollutants.
Ooh. You could say that.
No, but that explains a lot. Now, okay, now we know. No, I'm just messing with you.
I had the view of Interstate 71 north and south, and I would know when to leave and when not to leave. When there's
traffic. The sad thing about it is you see everybody's leaving, you see that highway and you just get tempted. One day I'm gonna get on that thing and I'm gonna get out of here and I'm never coming back. And then you're there the next day. One day I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna drive real fast on that thing and I'm never coming back.
71 you could not speed on. It's you have to. There's cops on it all the time. It was it goes from Cincinnati to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly where it goes. So anyway, I'm looking at these coronavirus cases, looking at in the United States 1.1 million plus. Do I need to get into the detailed numbers? 1.1 million, 1,188,826 cases confirmed. We are closing in on 70,000 deaths. 70,000 deaths from coronavirus. The good number is 178,594 recovered from the infection. But I want to say this, people, to all of those who say more people die from the flu every year, but there goes that little doggone, doggone pony trick. Here it goes.
Bye.
Would you like to guess what states or the new cases are?
No, hold on one second. We're looking at 68,606 deaths due to this one thing. And we're only talking about what? 50 days after quarantine? 80, maybe 90 days, if you want to include from February to now. Do you know? And this is not even showing any slowing up or so. So if we want to look at that, whereas people say more people died from drowning in pools every year.
The media was saying that, Joe. The media.
No, Dr. Phil was saying that.
Not just Dr. Phil.
No, Dr. Phil said that. Dr. Phil said that.
Not just Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil
was saying it. Anderson
Dr.
Cooper,
Phil was saying that.
The doctor
Dr. Phil was saying
all of those people were saying it.
Okay, silly people were saying it to include Dr. Phil.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, anyone who, I Anderson Cooper might have said it. I didn't hear it. Others out there, a bunch of idiots were saying it.
Cuomo said, "Don't worry about it. It isn't going to hit New York like it hit the rest of the world."
No, that is not what I never once heard that.
No.
Heard that. I never once heard that. Not once. Once.
Dr. Phil was the one pushing that.
I never.
Dr. Phil was like 10th in line to say that.
I never once heard, "Don't worry, it's not going to hit the." Never once did Andrew Cuomo said that. Not once. Not once. This man has been responsible and cautioned about this up and that. You might hate him for many other things.
Are you kidding?
This one, he might have fell short in your mind on a lot of other things, but this one he didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna find it for you and just I won't embarrass you on your radio show. I'll send it to you after the fact. How about that?
No. Not once. Not once, young man.
I'm sure you want me to show you a couple of headlines? I mean, I could do it, but
not once.
It just feels horrible having to prove you wrong all the time.
And he does it anyways.
Once. Governor Cuomo says New York City will not be quarantined. What does that mean?
Not happen. It cannot happen. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Cuomo says New York City will not be quarantined.
Never mind.
Happen.
Look,
He's talking about the quarantine. He's talking about the quarantine.
You're too smart, right? You're too smart for everybody. You know everything. That's the good part about you. You know everything, yet know nothing at all.
See, that's the problem, Harry. I never claimed to know everything. I know enough to get an A.
Not
know
even
enough
an
to
A.
get that F.
This is an F right now.
You're an F student.
You have no idea what Cuomo said.
You are an F student. At no point did he say, "Going about your way, don't worry, it's not coming." You just changed that around. He did not say, "Going about your way, everything is okay." That's a total different statement from what you just read.
Yeah, you're just reading the headline. You're not even going in detail.
No, not even the headline, Caleb. No, he just read something totally different from what he claimed Cuomo said.
Look, all you guys have to do is go read the whole article because you seem like intelligent people. I shouldn't have to do the homework for you all the time.
No, he did not.
You fall short of everything you say like 80% of the time.
Harry, I'm not on here to argue nonsense with you. This is garbage. This is pure garbage, and you know it.
Pure garbage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go. I mean, I'm
It's
sure
ruining my breakfast.
I'm sure Caleb is looking for somewhere where Cuomo was responsible in January and February. Come on, Caleb. I'm sure you're gonna find it
At
somewhere.
no point did Cuomo say, "Go on about your business. We're gonna be fine." That's what you created.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you another one from your friend.
He did not say.
No, from your friend. This because the New York governor and mayor were the most irresponsible people.
Go on about your business. We're gonna be fine.
This is de Blasio on March 2nd.
Okay, what do you say?
Since I'm encouraging New Yorkers to go on with your lives, get out on the town despite coronavirus, I thought I would offer some suggestions. Here's the first. Through March 5th, go see Trader at Film Link. Look, he's telling he's telling people to go out and have fun on the town because they didn't believe it.
Oh,
Not many people did
no.
believe it.
I said Andrew Cuomo.
No, I know. I'm just giving you your friend too. I'm giving you your friend too because Andrew Cuomo too.
No.
I'll give you more Andrew Cuomo.
No.
No, I'll give you more Andrew Cuomo.
No. Andrew Cuomo, I said, was very responsible on this from the jump.
No, he wasn't.
At no point was he said, did I ever once heard him say, not once. Not once. Now, maybe you conflate what you heard Bill de Blasio say with or a tweet that you see Bill de Blasio have that somebody else highlighted in there as his tweet. I don't know if it even was his tweet.
Oh my God, Joe. This is the thing with you. It's the trash. You're constantly putting out trash. And the sad part is that you have the ignorant like Caleb and the rest of your audience who just swallow everything.
Easy.
They're garbage compactors.
Easy. Don't talk about my audience. Easy. That's why you only got 4.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice to you with that. It's your show. Not gonna tear down your show.
Don't talk about my audience. You only have 4 of them in your show.
I'm not gonna compare my show with your show. I'm not gonna do that to you.
And you got one guy. You got one of them who's still trying to get over here to post on our stuff. So you're practically down to 3.
Keep going.
So, Kadik, good morning.
Good morning.
What's so damn good about it? What you good morning me about?
I'm about corona'd out, but whatever.
So what?
I'm about tired of this corona, but whatever.
No. What does that mean? I'm lost. What do you mean? You don't want to talk about it no more? You don't want to hear about it no more?
I'm just tired of it. It's just personal. That's all. I just feel that way.
You just wanted to go away?
Oh my goodness! Nah, I wanted to stay. You know me.
No. So what do you want? I'm just trying to wrap my head around. What do you mean by you just?
That's a clear. It's a clear statement. Like a lot of people feel like that.
More Fucotic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I hear you. A lot of people might feel that way, but is that the way a true leader should be expressing themselves? I don't know. Help me understand.
Bro, you asked me what was up. I told you. Like, you didn't ask me my plans for the world.
You know what's amazing? To ask Trump what's up, but like true non-leadership abilities, you just say the first thing come to mind. Not realizing that the power of the presidency. We still got to be mindful of how many people listen to us, how many people are influenced by what we say and do. We still got to be mindful of it.
No, I'm definitely mindful. This is just, my opinion. We got different opinions. This is a different platform. You know what I mean?
I never said we shouldn't have different opinions.
Yeah, that's all.
That's not what I'm saying. I never said anything about not having different opinions. Did I? I'm sorry. Did I? Did I?
No, I just was giving my opinion, so that's what I'm saying. That.
No. I never said that we shouldn't be mindful. Did I?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Just had to check. My God, my Lord. All right. The ugliness moving right along. What we got here? Hit me with some headlines, gentlemen.
National news. LAPD officer wounds fellow officer in off-duty shooting. They found a 48-year-old man suffering from a gunshot wound to his upper body, the statement said. The shooting victim and a third-party off-duty officer were camping and shooting guns at a Starter Wells off-highway vehicle area around 120 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. The three men are friends, authorities said, and it's unclear why and how the victim was shot. The third man was not hurt. The shooter is under arrest for murder.
He died. The guy died. The other cop died?
Conspiracy of murder, I believe. No, the guy's alive. Sorry about that.
So attempted murder.
Attempted murder, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty sketchy story.
Of course. There's a wife or a girlfriend involved.
Oh, baby. Here we go.
There's a wife or a girlfriend situation involved here. Are you kidding me?
I heard that. I was like, let's go.
You give these guys a gun, a badge, and a breakup.
I thought that sounded like a rap track for a second. I was like, that's like a rap track I could think of.
Yeah, I ain't Trev. Sound like a rock song to me.
Really? You know what I'm saying?
Either one. It sounds like a track for music.
No, I just was thinking. It sounds like a rock song.
A wife, a gun, a badge,
and a breakup.
Nah, really sound like a country song, though, for real.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Because country would go into detail.
I got my gun.
Maybe Chris Brown could do it.
I walked into my house.
How about Post Malone?
I saw my girl.
Maybe Blake Shelton.
Yeah, definitely Blake.
Maybe Gibbs can make a comeback with the song.
I told her stop in the name of the Lord. But she was begging him for more. So I kicked in the goddamn door and unloaded the clip for show.
All right.
So this is wild. I'm telling you, there's a girlfriend involved. I want to keep track of this story. A wife or a girlfriend, I'm telling you. There's a wife or a girlfriend. Somebody tried to, let's go hunting 120 miles out from LA. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, he got arrested because the whole damn department knew that he was messing with his girl. Okay, I'll wait. A gun, a badge, and a breakup.
What are we talking about?
You know, you got cops shooting cops. Damn, I can't even keep my food in my mouth. I'm looking like Harry.
It is crazy.
What do you say? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Why, were you on mute?
Oh, yeah, I was watching Cuomo's history of his comments evolving from February, but never mind. You can look that up actually. Anyway, so Joe, did you see Joe Biden's interview with Mika Brzezinski?
How could I see it? We were on here. No, I did go back and I did see it. Yes.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting?
It was very interesting. You know, here it is that he's saying that he did not.
He doesn't want to be transparent.
When did he say that? He said that he wanted the Library of Congress to look into it.
No, he said the National Archives, which they put out a statement and they actually said none of that stuff is in our files. We don't keep personnel files here. So what he was saying was a lie.
So
or maybe he was confused. He is Joe Biden. He could have been.
Well, so whomever does it, whoever keep these files because they have to.
No, but Mika did such a good job. Did you see her push on his files in Delaware?
What about
how she pushed him?
What about his files in Delaware?
Because they were supposed to be unsealed, and he resealed them. And she said, "Why don't we just look for her name, Tara Reid's name, in your files?" He's, I don't understand. Who would do that? Who would look for the name? And she's like, "Sir, just like you asked for the National Archives to do it, why can't you do it?" Well, I have conversations with Putin and other leaders that I don't want people to see because they may use it politically. Wait, hold up. So Biden had conversations. Let's put Tara Reid to the side. So he had conversations with Putin and other world leaders that he doesn't want to be used against him in a election. So Trump is releasing freaking transcripts of everything he has, but Joe Biden, who's been criticizing his leadership, doesn't want you to see his conversations with Putin and other world leaders. Isn't that interesting?
How does it say back to Tara Reid, anyways?
Hold on.
And that's putting Tara Reid aside. He doesn't want to search for her name in his files. Mika asked him like 5 different ways, and he just looked dumbfounded. Like, you're my friend. What are you doing asking me these hard questions? But go ahead, Joe. Now you're going to tell me that, no, Biden never said that. You know for a fact because you know everything. Go ahead, Joe.
Harry, you got a space on this program because I believe there is some level of intelligence beyond tech.
By the way, the whole interview is on MSNBC's website. You could go and watch the whole thing and be disappointed with Biden, right? He flushes the Me Too movement right down the drain.
So you're saying that it's okay then that you're saying, first of all, that Trump released everything.
I'm saying whenever there's a question with a conversation he had with a world leader, he's released the transcripts. Now Biden is saying he doesn't want to do the same because it may be used against him.
No. Trump has released the transcripts.
Whenever there was a question, he's released the transcript. You remember the Ukraine stuff, Joe?
Okay.
I'm sure you
Harry.
remember Ukraine, right?
You know what, Harry? You see that right there? You see that right there? I'm not going to play that with you. You're childish right now.
Facts with me, right?
You're childish right now.
You're very combative today. You're very combative.
A highly redacted transcript, which is screaming big chunks of it.
Screaming what?
Chunks of it.
Because we have a video of Joe actually extorting the Ukrainian president. Him admitting to extorting the Ukrainian president. Either you fire that prosecutor or you don't get $1.5 billion. We got that stuff. You have to actually read into. You have to actually get into Trump's mind.
No. Harry, from now on, I'm not going to have these discussions with you because
of course not.
You want to play these. Let's get into Trump's mind. Let's get into Biden's. This is what he's saying. You would take anything.
Everything I show you about Biden, he said it. I got a video.
You would take anything someone say, and I'm not going to make a show out of you taking this word and flipping it to that. That's not what this program is about. That's what your show is about. That's not what this program is about. This program.
You're right. You're right.
I have it.
You soft pedal. Your program is about soft pedaling the truth.
Okay. If yours is about hard pedaling the truth, you could check out Harry Jokes on WNHH. Harry Jokes. He'll tell you the joke one after the next. People, you can follow him. one joke after the next. And they're all flat like the ones he's trying to share here. I can promise you that. They're all flat.
All flat.
Moving right along. Hit me with some more ugliness, Phil.
Okay, so political news. Biden accuser Tyra Reid not sure what complaint she claims was filed with Senate says. I filed a complaint re sexual harassment and retaliation, but I'm not sure what explicit words on that intake form until we see it all again, Reid told NBC News in a text message Saturday. Reid said that the complaint, if it was found, wouldn't include the sexual harassment allegations she came forward with in March, she told Associated Press in an interview Friday. The main word I use, and I know I didn't use sexual harassment, I use uncomfortable, and I remember retaliation.
Well, I say this to everyone out there. I'm going to say the exact same thing like I said with Brett Kavanaugh. Get all the information. It's the same thing. I don't want to see Biden blocking, just like I didn't want to see Brett Kavanaugh blocking. I want to see the Democrats out here blocking, just like he didn't want to see and by the way, Tara Reid was the one who has been in massive support of, who have been in support of Putin. And I don't know.
Tara Reid is a lifelong Democrat. Tara Reid is a lifelong Democrat. Don't lie to your audience again.
I am going to say this much. So is Jill Stein. So is Jill Stein. She was over there. So at a very questionable moment. Yeah, a lot of people do, just because they're a lifelong Democrat don't mean that they cannot be doing
Joe.
Don't mean that they can't be doing stuff.
Shouldn't Joe Biden release his conversations with Putin at least so he could prove the same? That he's not a Putin supporter?
If that is the case, if that is a charge that is out there against Joe Biden, yes, it should be released. If that's a charge, okay? But world leaders talk all the time. Bush.
World leaders talk all the time. You just can't read into everything?
Bush.
That's interesting.
Both Bushes, Reagan, Clinton, Obama, even Jimmy Carter.
Trump.
They all talk.
Yeah, world leaders talk all the time, right?
They all talk. They all spoke to the Soviets. They all did communicate at one point or another to the Soviets. You know what they didn't do? They didn't believe Soviet leaders over our intelligence community. That's what they didn't do. That's the difference right there.
That's why you.
If you want to sit back and you want to play around with that, no wonder why you were never if they never let you in the military. You passed the mental test. You failed the mental test.
That's such a simple way of thinking.
You failed the mental because they didn't realize you can be worked. You can be worked. And that's exactly what's happened to you. You've been worked.
Joe, who got played by the Russians?
Who got what I had?
Who got played by the Russians?
You can never say you're a
Where did the dossier come from, Joe?
You can get
Where did the Russian dossier come from? It has Russia in the beginning.
You could not pass it because you got worked. You knew you can't be worked.
You believed everything in that Russian dossier. You're the fool. You're the fool.
You can't be worked. That's the bottom line.
You believed everything in the Russian dossier, and you're the fool. The Democrats are the fool.
That's the difference between you and me, son. I can decipher information. You can't.
No, you didn't decipher anything.
You make yourself.
You knew it was a Russian dossier, Joe?
You make yourself a workable product because you tell yourself these little
Did
stories.
you know that it was a Russian dossier and you used it for propaganda?
Man. Oh, God, shut your
Did you know, Joe?
Jesus.
Because you're the fool in
enough
this.
with your garbage. Moving right along.
You're the fool in this. You and Rachel Maddow were reading that dossier word for word, believing it. You got played.
Go ahead.
Before I get to sports, I got a few comments on the chat. Bob McCormick says good morning. Jordan Edwards says good morning. Everyone be great today. And Bob McCormick again says, Joe, tell him to put a sock in it, please.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, Bob's very intelligent.
Oh, Harry, you so intelligent? Seriously?
I just complimented him, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Bob's very intelligent. A lot like you.
Let's get to sports.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Former A's minor leaguer dies from COVID-19. Miguel Marte died at the age of 30 via the Oakland Athletics confirmed on Friday. Martel lost his...
He's only 30?
Yes.
What's his name? What's his name?
Miguel Marte.
Marte.
Yes.
Oh, he's a minor leaguer, right?
He's a minor leaguer, yeah. Martel lost his life on April 28th due to complications of COVID-19. From 2008 to 2012, he was a member of the A's organization. He got high as single A in 2012, where he played 43 games. He is survived by his survived by his wife Jasmine and his twins Isabella and Miguel Angel.
Did he have weight issues? Or?
They didn't say that much in the TSN report. I got it from there.
These are 29 years old, you said?
30
years old. That's a young man.
Yeah.
That's a very young man. My God. Jesus.
Yeah, another probable COVID death. Sad.
So you hear something like this and you could say like, see, once again, the inability to express empathy. Look at you. You're childish. The inability to be a leader. There is someone's life that's gone.
Those words were very empathetic, Joe. Those words were very empathetic.
It's a young man.
I said it was sad.
It's a young man passed away, and it's another victim of COVID-19 and the sarcasm of, oh, yeah. So
I said another probable victim.
Another probable. Who cares? Empathy.
That is empathy. Sad. I said it's sad.
The inability. It is reported from the Oakland A's. They're reporting that it is such, but the probability, because you lack empathy. The childish behavior. This is it right here. Juvenile.
Facts. This is all facts.
Juvenile. Oh, I'm so right about everything. Oh, I gotta be right. Oh, I gotta show that I'm smart. Oh, I'm trying to show that it's all a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy. Oh Lord, oh somebody help me. This can't be so. The Oakland A's, however, are reporting officially that this is a COVID-19 situation.
In California,
of course,
Oakland's in California.
You can't be
where two doctors came out and said they would pressure to put COVID on death certificates.
Moving right along, man. Going right along.
I'm just saying probable. That's all I have empathy. I said it's sad.
Go moving right along.
Bloomberg reports The Last Dance overtakes Tiger King as the world's top documentary. ESPN Michael Jordan's documentary Last Dance overtakes Netflix Inc.'s Tiger King as the most in-demand documentary in the world. The Last Dance was one of the 20 most in-demand shows in the world this week, according to Parrot Analytics, a research firm that tracks audience interest using data that includes social media conversations and piracy. The past few months, Land have.
I tell you, your audience loves me.
Well,
anyway,
is it because the
I'm sorry, Trevor, but you said the Michael Jordan documentary. But it isn't a Michael Jordan documentary, right? It's actually The Last Dance. It's a documentary about the Bulls' final team, the team, keeping their team together for the last run at the title.
It's been like that, and they go back and forth between like parts of his life, like when he was growing up in North Carolina. They went back to like this last episode, not trying to get out spoilers. They went back to the Dream Team, why Isaiah Thomas was not on it and stuff. So
I understand all of that, but I'm saying the way they're selling it as a Michael Jordan, but really it's Phil Jackson who coined it The Last Dance because it was the last year of his contract and they wanted to make a last run at the title. So,
Because Jerry Cross is an idiot because he wanted Tim Floyd so badly as his head coach since 95, 96.
He was a brilliant idiot at that, right? Because he put the team together. So he was a brilliant idiot.
Yeah, a brilliant idiot that is worse than Garpax, I'll say that. Yep. So
anyway, it's called you said the Michael Jordan documentary.
Yeah, The Last Dance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just continue with that.
Yes. The past few months, though.
Joe is tired of me. You could tell.
No, I'm not. No, the hell I'm not.
The past few.
You're like that child that just wants daddy's attention. I'm just not giving it to you.
Harry's that kid right now that needs a lollipop, but he won't get one right now.
Yeah, just gotta let him go. Go ahead.
The past few months have been a landmark moment for the documentaries, which have been historically attracted so much smaller audience than sitcoms, scripted dramas, and reality TV. Tiger King was one of the most watched TV series.
Hold on, you're saying that this is better? This one outrated Tiger King.
Yeah,
and what Tiger King is about. See, I can't give this any positive ratings, and here's why. Like you, Trevor, fan, short for fanatic. You're a sports fan, sports fanatic. That's what you are, and there's nothing wrong with it. And right now, you're fiending for sports. So if you're locked up in a house and something sports come on that's totally fresh. Although it's flashbacks, but it's given a perspective of, a fresh perspective of the flashback. Of course you're going to watch it.
No, I was ready to watch it since last year.
Yeah, exactly.
When they premiered it.
And the millions others who will watch this thing. I get it. I totally get it. So are these numbers really, I'm talking about the ratings now. Are these numbers real? I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to give them that. I just think that fanatics were just looking for anything. Would this have been such a heavily viewed documentary if sports was being played right now? Opposed to Tiger King, they had the numbers long before people were locked away.
The thing was, if the sports were still going on, this was supposed to air in the days off between the NBA finals. Like in between.
You think people would have been watching it as much as they're watching it now?
Yeah, people will be watching it. This thing was hyped up from the get-go.
How long was it promoted?
Since last summer.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like right when I left Ugly Radio, they promoted it a lot during the ESPYs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So by the way, Netflix holds the rights to The Last Dance overseas. And we'll get the show to the U.S. over the summertime for the Netflix viewers, like you, Joe.
Yeah, I look at it and see what's going on. HBO is doing bless you. You could turn away from it. You could totally turn away. HBO is doing a documentary on the kids, the Atlanta kids that disappeared and were being murdered out there, and. Oh man, every time I see these shows, it gives me these flashbacks of, where I was and what was going on at the time, and that is just something that I'm speaking in as far as it goes to documentaries. And what was that? Oh, okay. Right now, we were talking about, Trevor was talking about the
Last Dance. last Dance on
the Last Dance with you call it the Michael Jordan.
It's about the Michael Jordan's last season with the Bulls in 97, 98 when it really mattered. Like they go back in time to parts of growing up. Like this past episode, they went back to they showed beginning part was the beginning of they showed him and Kobe at the All-Star game in 1998 at the Garden, and also showed clips of him playing his last game, regular season game at Madison Square Garden versus the Knicks as well. And they showed him wearing his first. They showed him first wearing his Jordan 1s, the original shoe he first wore. That was his last shoe he ever wore at the regular season game at the Garden.
This is amazing. This is exactly
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
HBO HBO is showing. I mean, not HBO. This is on ESPN right now.
On ESPN's the uncut
And they're
version,
showing-
and
hold on one
ABC
second, hold on one
and
second.
ESPN 2 is the clean version.
So they're showing this thing on television, and you have everybody paying attention to it. I'm hearing no one talk about it. Have anyone heard about this HBO special about these kids that were missing in Atlanta?
Nah.
No, I didn't.
Nobody cares. That documentary is just like quiet.
Yeah.
No, nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody cares.
Is there a tiger in it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is
The
Michael
monster
Jordan
that-
in it?
The monster that was killing those kids is a tiger. The kids' lives being chump shot on. Oh gosh, man. You're right. You need a tiger, Jordan. You need these things to get anybody to pay attention to kids and we're talking about a 40-year case. This thing went down 40 years ago. I was thinking about where I was at the time. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. They got Wayne Williams. They arrested Wayne Williams for it. And I don't know if Wayne Williams was actually, they say he was a weird dude. They said that, but does that make him the murderer? I don't know. I don't know if Wayne Williams, because after Wayne Williams had got arrested and incarcerated, there was still deaths out there in Atlanta. And it was like, I'm talking kids being off, left, right, left.
Yeah, I remember the story.
Yeah, it was just crazy. And now it's like, I remember this thing clear as day, and I remember, man. Remember when they arrested Wayne Williams, and it's like, okay, they got someone, but is this kid really the person? Mm-hmm.
Was it they trying to say that it was a copycat after him?
Right. That's what they were saying. But it's like, well, then arrest the damn copycat.
Oh no, I think it was bullcrap, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Wasn't there after his arrest? Weren't there still kids?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Kids
Okay.
still,
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, this is what I'm saying. But nobody's watching that documentary. Everybody's watching Last Dance, or Last Dance. Is that what it's called?
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Like, these kids didn't have the last dance with the devil. My God. Nobody's watching. Anyway,
I'll say people start watch or check it out maybe when I will say when they're done watching The Last Dance. Or maybe the summertime.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I give you credit for having a heart and having a hope. I'll give you that much.
I'm looking at the about. I'm looking at the about right now. So
yeah, and you're watching what it's about, what the HBO show is about.
Yeah, I'm scared of the synopsis of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't do murder series like this one, like real ones. I always do like other stuff. Like right now, I'm watching Outer Banks right now, which is a mix of Dawson's Creek and The Goonies.
Did you get to see Black AF as of yet? Hashtag Black AF?
Nah, I didn't watch it yet.
Okay.
Nope, I didn't check it out yet.
It's a good damn show, man. That one, I honestly think that Black AF is gonna be, it's gonna be in film schools, and you're gonna be studying it. They're gonna be in social economics or something. There are so many different angles. That one is going to be in study groups, for sure.
I had to watch The L Word when I was in a study group in college.
The L Word? Of course.
Yes, I had to watch that in college.
And how'd that work out?
Not bad of a show, I'll give it that.
Okay.
It's not on Netflix anymore. So I think after we had to watch the first season of it, then like after we got done with it, I was like, I kind of want to keep watching it just to see kicks and giggles. So I got done with 5. I had one season left until they removed it off Netflix.
Well, bring the listeners up to speed. What was the L word about?
It was about lesbians and stuff. So I was in a gender class. I was like, okay, we had to like watch one of these 2 shows. The L Word was one of them. Another 2 other shows I forgot about. I was like, me and my buddy was like, I told him like L Word it is, because it was like it was a group project.
LGBTQ community.
Yes.
Okay, but was it in particular about lesbians, or was it about the whole LGBTQ
community and everything?
Yeah, it was about the whole community, but specifically about the lesbian community, and it was a hot show. Let me just say that I saw a couple of shows, right, Trev?
Yep, I watched first season for this gender class I was in for college my last semester, because we had to do a journal about it. So I was like, perfect, and I kept on watching until like the 5th season. So,
Harry, why are you in blackout? By the way, why are you in banner mode?
I had to turn the camera off to pick my nose. So
I thought the wife came in.
Yeah, of course she did, with a slipper. Moving right along. Hit me with the business, bro. All right, now last check, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P, according to CNN Business reporting, they were all down last session. Dow was down 622 points. Still want to know who the hell is propping up our damn stock market. Moving right along. Scroll down. Keep in mind, stop 1 second. The stock market had the best record in April ever. Although with all these crashes, it still had the best, because it was the best gains. It went all the way down to 18,000, and then it bumped back up right now to around 23,000, which is huge gains. But right now we're looking at Japan, Hong Kong, London, and Germany. Well, they're all down. The futures are looking terrible as of 7:42 a.m. this morning. Looking at big losers on the board. What's that? Weisshaus? That's where we're going with. 17% down. Norwegian Cruise is down again. What happened to them? Norwegian Cruise was doing good last week. What happened to them?
Day traders, my friend. Day traders.
Did they go through all that stimulus money already?
That quick.
What the hell? Helmet Champagne is also down. Apache Corp. Royal Caribbean Cruise, that's down as well. And then you look at the lowest amount down is 12.83%, which is Royal Caribbean Cruise. Looking right now, oil is down at $18.74 a barrel. And looking at gas is up. Gold is up, silver is up, corn is down, copper is
down.
Copper is down.
Down, baby.
Those are your commodities, people. You want to know what those numbers mean? You need to holler at a certified financial advisor and say, yeah. Wake up and tell me what this money.
It's interesting that you have oil being down, but you have corn. Look at what corn trades, and look at what gas trade. Oil trades.
Oil trades. Yep.
It's pretty interesting because corn is doing so much better than oil, and it's because they still need the ethanol.
Right. Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
What's the lowest you've seen at the pump around you guys for gas?
Yeah, I don't even look. I haven't been to the gas.
Well, mine is BJ's.
Not counting BJ's.
Yeah, because BJ's, it was at 143 this weekend.
Wow. I haven't been driving much. So it's like I'm indoors. I am totally indoors.
You're team indoors right now.
Yeah, I'm team indoors. I go for a walk, make sure that I stay. Oh, by the way, Saturday, Caleb and I got out and we rode our bikes. Did 33.9 miles. Caleb broke his 30-miler, went all the way into Cheshire, And shout out to Cheshire for handling the trails out there. I used to dread going in. You know, the reason why I've been doing like 20 and 25 miles is because going that extra 5 miles into Cheshire, they had these cracks on the trail that was so annoying. I'm talking about every 10 feet or so, every 6 to 10 feet, there was a damn crack, and I mean crack. So your handlebars just like, boom, boom, boom. It was just annoying. So you got to get off the trail and ride in the dirt on the side, which was, forget about it.
WNHH.
LP 103.5 FM New Haven, and the ugliness continues. So Cheshire has fixed that. And the ride out there was really smooth, all the way on out to the Cheshire rest stop, which, by the way, they've closed off. They closed it, of course, for COVID-19. They closed it off. So you can't go in to use the bathroom and do what you got to do. So I just told myself, well, I'm just going to have to pedal this one back to New Haven. And yeah, I did. You know, whatever water I had, we just did it, Harry. He's got the look on his face. I know what you were looking at.
Son of a gun.
So, anyway, so we rode 33.9 miles. Rode out there with me and my son went riding.
Cool.
Didn't get the 1 extra mile, making it even 34. Come on.
Actually, it was 0.1. I'm glad you brought that up, Trevor, because I've rode out there before and back. And you know what? I use Strava as the app, the movement app, Strava. I use that to keep track of myself, and you get to communicate with other people as well.
I heard Strava is fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but here's the problem. When I ride out there, and I'm moving, because Caleb was riding with a touring bike. He didn't have like a bike like mine, So our ride was a lot slower. Well, not a lot, but it was slower.
How much distance did you have between you?
Oh, at least 9-10 feet, at least, all the time.
Because when you're sweating,
yeah, it's flying off. Yep.
Yeah, the fluids actually fly much further. So let's say you're in a room, and you're not moving. Let's say you sneeze or whatever, your fluids travel 9 to 13 feet. But when you're actually working out, it actually travels way further.
Further, right? Because it's now moving with the vapors. Basically, you're right. You're absolutely right, people. So if you're out there working out with a friend in a room, even if you're 6 feet apart, you're really and truly in trouble. Working out is a situation. Remember we were having that conversation, Caleb?
Yeah.
You might think you're not sweating, but you're raising heat, which is creating its own vapor, and it's making it. You're moving. You can be moving the infection. And oh man, yes. But anyway, so we were riding, and social distancing was constantly on the mind, constantly. And when you go into Cheshire, by the way, oh God, they remind you. They have all these signs that says, social distancing, practice social distancing, save lives. Social distancing, save lives. It is
pretty
like,
cool.
Yeah, like people, like they had these signs made and they went out and they stuck them, like those yard signs, those political yard signs.
Oh God, those people.
They have those people. Trevor wants to kill someone, I can tell. Trevor, you ever kill a cat? I wonder how honest answer.
I ran over a squirrel and a raccoon.
That happens. I think everyone does that. Those things are not domesticated. But anyway. So.
Can I throw up a story?
Sure. What you got?
That's irrelevant.
What is this story?
I think this is a very important story since we were talking about the whole COVID thing. Because I was just looking at a story on Facebook of a guy who said his son died from COVID, but not how you think, right? And it's because depression, right now, people being isolated is driving up depression, suicides, and everything. So his son did the unspeakable.
Right.
Suicide is a horrible.
So right now,
thing.
People, the headline that you go, a crisis mental health hotline has been an 891% spike in calls. And I say this, and I don't even want to put any jokes around this, people. This is a serious issue. Mental health issue is a very, very serious issue. And I say to my people, listen closely to me. We have this tough skin situation that we go through. But we got some PTSD that goes all the way back to the plantation. Let me help you understand. Get help. Get help. It probably stop you from doing a lot of other things. Go get help. There are professionals for that.
Get help. What I was saying. That's what I meant earlier. Like, I'm just honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant.
Well, good. Get a couch. I'm not joking around. I'm not just... No, Kodak, if it's making you depressed and making you...
Nah, I don't think I need a couch. It's just, the way I think, I just try to be real honest with myself first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just understand.
But I hear you. But, if it's altering your state to making you feel down, that's the thing about our community. We don't ever think we need a couch. And sometimes until it's too damn late, we start reacting in strange ways and we didn't even realize what really affected us.
Nah, it ain't that deep. It's just, well, not with me. I'm not gonna say it's not that deep, but it ain't that serious.
I'll be honest with you. Let me help you understand something, people. For years, I walked around for years thinking, I can handle this, handle that, handle it, everything. And last year I found myself on a couch. And it was probably one of the best damn things I did in my life.
Oh yeah, I'm not against the couch. The couch is legit.
No, it's totally legit. And I want people to understand that, look, you have to find you need that balance. You need that damn balance. You're doing a lot. You need that balance. You need to understand that. There ain't no joke about that. If your car light is flashing on that dashboard, you better take it in for service. If your lights are flashing in the mirror, take yourself in for service. You can't fix everything. You could be the best mechanics. Mechanics take their cars to other mechanics. What make you think that you don't got to take yourself in for service? Yes, you do, people. Do it. Do it before you crash and hit that wall. You don't want the brakes to be out when you need it.
Or the timing belt.
None of that stuff.
No, I mean, it is a serious thing. I mean, when I hurt my back, like 10 years ago, that it put me out of commission. And they declared me disabled and everything, They told me I didn't have to go back to work and all of this stuff. I thought, for me, the world was crashing. My world was crashing around me, thinking I'm not going to be able to work.
Right.
So
that's depressing above and beyond.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's having no value. That's crazy.
Yeah, I found myself on a couch, on a few couches, because I didn't want to deal. I thought it was, the couch was taboo for me. All my life is taboo.
Right.
So I went through a couple of psychologists, because every time I would quit the psychologist, my workers' comp lawyer kept saying, "You can't. They're gonna think." And I'm like, "All right, I'll keep going, but this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't want to talk to people."
Right.
But I finally found this lady who felt like I was talking to my grandmother.
Right. Right. And you got to find the right therapist. It's
like
finding the right mechanic. You're right.
Yeah, that's
so getting a lot off my chest actually helped me. I didn't think it was going to help me, but it took that darkness away.
Right.
And I was able to refocus on getting healthy enough to work.
Nice.
These are the things that people need to hear because they think that, you know, we act like we're superheroes, but, you know, like, knock it off. Knock it off. And, you know, I was just fortunate. I'm telling you, man, it was just one of those situations where it was the right place, the right time, and it worked out for me. Turns out that my therapist, we had so much in common, and it made so much sense. He was a veteran, young dude that understands and loves hip hop. You know,
you love Rachel Maddow. Sorry.
Oh, but yeah, this is.
I heard a joke, so I jumped in.
I started this whole statement by saying no jokes on this, didn't I?
You said he loves hip hop. I was just saying. My bad. My bad.
That's a joke?
Nah, because you laughed. My bad.
No, I didn't laugh about that.
Well, somebody did.
Well, maybe. Anyway, as I was saying, though, you know, it is the individual, black man, love hip hop, a veteran, has worked in the field for over 18 years, understands the what it's like to have to go through as a black man in this world, and that worked for me. That worked for me. And one thing that I don't ever, you know, I don't look for crutches. I'm not sitting around looking for, oh, tell me why I'm, you know, no, you got to find what gives you ease. What helps you be able to think and talk past the situation, whatever it is. Sometimes don't wait for a crash then to have to deal with this stuff. Just know that you need this stuff. You need to talk with someone. I'm telling you right now, you're in therapy when you're hanging out with your boys for no damn reason. You just don't know it.
Oh,
but here's the difference.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Your boys is not bound by a license and law not to go repeating your garbage, which could perpetuate your situation worse. That's the best way I can put it. You are in therapy when you're talking to your boys and your girls. Let me tell you something right now. That's where you are. You're in therapy. But because sometimes they might not be even responding, but you have to get it off your chest. But this person is now out here with your personal business that can hurt you, which can make your situation worse. That's the difference right there. That's the difference. Because if your therapist end up going out there repeating your stuff, there is repercussions. Your boy or your girl don't have that. There's nothing. All you're gonna do is like, you know, I ain't gonna deal with them no more. I ain't telling them nothing. He always telling my business. Always be all good. See what I'm saying? But you needed to get it off your chest. That's why you told them in the first place. That's why you told them in the first place. So look at it this way. Are you gonna go to the shop? Or are you gonna go to the backyard mechanic? It's up to you. But if you pull out the backyard mechanic's spot and your bumper fall off, don't cry. Don't cry. You went there and you took your chance with them. I'm not saying that backyard mechanics are bad. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is you're leaving yourself exposed. You're leaving yourself exposed to stuff that you really and truly shouldn't have to. I'm like, sure, if you shine a spotlight on Kotick bright enough, the stuff that he knows on me, oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. So don't knock the homeboy therapist, because if you're my homeboy, you got incriminated information. Sorry. It is what it is.
Exactly. But I'll tell you right now, not everyone plays the game like Kotick and I. Not everyone look at it and say, you know what? Somebody confided in me, so I can't go and repeat that. Not everyone does that. Some people just can't. Oh my God. They would never say anything to somebody else, but they go tell someone they laying up next to about you.
True.
You know, that's happened. It happens so often. I hear it all the time. They would tell the person next to them or somebody they laying up next to your business. And then next thing you know, you show up, you're like, well, what up to your boy? And his girl over there giving you a look like, yeah, I know your situation. Like, what?
No, for real.
So you got to be very careful. Go get a therapist. Therapists repeat your stuff to their spouse. It's issues. They're not supposed to. Your stuff becomes, that's the most important. And like Harry said, the woman he spoke to made him feel like a grandma. Like she was like his grandmom speaking to his grandmom. Am I correct, Harry? Did I say that right?
Yeah, but to be honest, my grandmother would have told me stop crying.
Exactly. But no. I didn't say your grandmom, and I was very careful to make sure I didn't say your grandmom. Grandmom.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. I was very careful not to say your grandmom, but she made me feel like a grandmother. Like she was a grandmother. That's why I was being cautious that it came out well correct, opposed to, because I knew what I was saying. And if so anyway, people, all I could tell you is these are challenging times, being locked up. Another thing is another increase that I saw the other day that really domestic violence is on the spike. Domestic violence is on the spike because now you're next to the person. A lot of y'all don't even like the person you're next to.
Yeah, you be running for them all week.
You've been running all year. And now you're locked away with them. Now you got to deal with the monster. It's in the room. And now I'm not saying the person is a monster. The issue is the monster. And you got to deal with that monster. So now you're in a bad position. You're in a very bad situation. So what do you do? What do you do now? How do you guide yourself through this? You're going to need to go get help. In new COVID-19 crisis, domestic abuse rise worldwide.
I feel like I reported this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, movement restrictions aim to stop the spread of the coronavirus, maybe making violence in homes more frequent, more severe, and more dangerous. Yeah, it is like another thing. I knew a lot of y'all miss your jump off. I get it. I get it.
Jump off, withdrawal.
You know what I'm saying? You go to jump off withdrawal. I get it. I totally get it.
You can only swipe right as much as you can.
Exactly.
A lot of times the jump off is your psychologist. That
a lot of you guys are missing your jump off. You're like, oh man, if only she was here, or if only he was here, and then you're texting them and how much you miss them, and blah, 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 blah. And then there's somebody next to you that you got to go look at next in the face. And then it's like, die. You start wishing death on the person.
Why can't she make a good baked egg and cheese sandwich?
Next thing you know, you start wishing death in your mind. Oh gosh, the chick over there wishing you fall down the stairs. Oh Lord, let him fall down the stairs when he go down to take the trash out. Oh,
let lightning let lightning strike him, please, when he's taking out the trash.
Yeah, Lord, I know it's nice and sunny out, but could you just create one thunderbolt, just one, And then all of a sudden, you want to help God along the way. You're like, Lord, you're taking too long. No, a lot of people are going to jump off withdrawals right now. You see these people out here marching out here with their AK, they got a 47, they got all these automatic weapons and they want to storm the State House. Okay, you guys think it's okay. There's a cop in California who shot another cop and got arrested for attempted murder. I don't care what you say. There's a jump off situation in that story. I don't care how you slice it or dice it. There's a jump off situation. Somebody's wife or girlfriend is involved. I don't care how you slice it. You accidentally shot someone. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, I don't buy that. There's a backstory to that like you ain't never seen.
It's a sad predicament, man. It's a sad predicament. You're on your couch trying to swipe left.
Swipe right, Harry. Swipe right.
No, swipe left to dismiss, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm talking about swiping right here. You talk about swiping left.
No. Harry got a good point. Yeah. He said you're on the couch next to someone that you're trying to swipe left with. You're trying to swipe them left and they go nowhere.
You're trying to give her the boot, but she won't leave.
What are you doing over there?
I saw a fly in the room.
Oops, sorry, it was on your face. Love you.
You're going up to her forehead and you wipe into the left. What are you doing?
That swipe left could lead to domestic abuse.
Exactly.
Not that that's funny. Let me take it back.
No, it's not funny, but I wanted to be honest with you. Let's be very serious here. It's not just a guy thing who abuses.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be very clear. Abuse comes in both directions. Abuse comes in both directions. They're saying people do violent stuff very like here's your coffee and throw a hot coffee on somebody's lap. That's violent. We might laugh at it, but it's still violent. Okay? Abuse comes in different forms.
Caleb gave that look like if you've done that to him.
Caleb?
No. No, but it's like violence is violence. And I want to tell you right now, like Caleb was like, I didn't never thought of that. No, but
excellent.
It's serious, people. And when I say it comes from both sides, listen to me. Woman can walk up to you and say, here's your coffee, and it's super hot and throw it on you. That's a violent act. That's a violent act. A scorching cup of hot coffee or throw some hot grits on you. It's violent.
Who want to get thrown hot grits at?
I mean, isn't that what happened to who was it? A dude who got hot grits. Oh my God, how did I go blank on his name? Not Marvin Gaye, but what's brother's name? Wow, just put up R&B singer Hot Grits. His name will come up. Anybody, search. Jeez, Al Green. There you go. Damn, I couldn't think for a second. You know what helped me? I just had to play the song in my head. Al Green, the R&B singer of the 70s and early 80s, woke up to a hot bowl of grits from his wife.
Ooh.
His big hit, his hit at the time was, "Let's Stay Together." No! Oh,
he said any type of weather.
What's that?
He should have a song of let's
any type of weather.
Yeah,
Ready?
Any type of weather.
A woman who had walked away from her family to be with Green attacked him in his bathroom with a pan of boiling hot grits.
Yes. Yes.
Woodson then shot and killed herself in Green's Mefflin's home.
Oh, loving you forever. Now she left her family. She walked away from her family for him.
Yep.
And here it is. She probably found out that he cheated. He went gospel after that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Went straight gospel. He was like, okay, all right, I gotta straighten this out. But that's still domestic violence. hot grits, 3rd-degree burns on his chest while he's sleeping. Whoa! Imagine wake up and you see a bowl of hot grits just being poured on your chest. Ah! What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
I made a song that let's stay together. Not let's break up.
You crazy. No.
You remember Loretta Bobbitt?
Yes, Lorena
or whatever. Bobbitt.
Yeah. You know who she is, Trevor?
No.
No. Well, Lorena Bobbitt, she got mad at her husband. They're driving down the street. I don't know how she got it out the pants. She got no. She went driving after. Yeah, she did it at home and went driving after. She amputated his boy, you know.
And threw it in the tall grass.
Yeah, she threw it out the window. She threw it out the window. She's driving down the road. Can you imagine? She caught him cheating or something like that. She cut it off.
That's when he knows she have a crazy chick.
Nah, but the best part is the investigator who had to go find it.
I know.
And they did and reattached it.
Oh, they reattached it. The whole worked.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Then he ended up doing porn, remember?
Yeah.
He did porn for a little while. Just to show, like, you know, his boys still work. I mean, I think that song was made after him. Detachable penis. You ever heard that song? You ever heard that song?
Is that a Weird Al song?
No. Oh,
like
no, you gotta
play it. It would sound like a Weird Al Yankovic song, though.
Oh, Harry, you gotta play it. You gotta play it now. One day,
I'm not playing that on my Google search.
He said he saw it on a. It was in a. You could play this because, well, it's a PG song.
What's the name?
You see it here? Detachable penis, man. Jesus.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. How old are you?
Harry turning red.
Harry's blushing.
I see it, but it's parental advisory.
Yeah, it's parental advisory. It says,
want me to play it?
How crazy are you, Joe, that you was like, oh no, it's PG.
I'm saying, like,
PG means parental guidance. What is wrong with you?
I mean,
13.
I woke up this morning with a bad hangover and my penis was missing again. This happens all the time. It's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time.
Are you kidding?
Boo. Piss. Boo. Throw some batteries at Harry right now.
You take this wide selection of music too far. Come on, man.
Nothing wrong with that at all. He's playing hits for the 60s, 70s, 80s, and not today.
I think I'm mechanic on this one.
Yeah. How did you even run into that?
That's some great musical knowledge right there.
The sad part is this poor guy said it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Harry.
Yeah.
Detachable penis, man. Come on.
That's it. I gave you the beginning.
Thank you for stopping it.
What do you say, Connick? You take this wide selection of music thing too far.
Too far, man. Too far. Come on, man. We get it. We get it.
Got a wide range, man. I'm telling you. It's like
you could just imagine. You could just see Joe with his windows down, rolling down the street, playing detachable penis.
Oh, you gotta go back and listen to this song now. I'm telling you. Come on.
See Kotick blaring this out of his car when he's driving down the street.
Don't look for it.
Oh, I'll do it. Detachable penis. Pull up at the bus stop and just throw a stick out the window. Play that thing. Detach.
No, if you have a Hummer or spinners and you play that.
All right, it will have to be a Hummer.
Yeah.
Hummers are making a comeback with these low gas prices. Come on.
Oh my God. Oh well.
Yeah, and Caleb's there thinking of a remix.
Kanye West is probably listed as like, how can I make that song into a sample?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, everybody is like, what? Yeah, yo, I gotta get down. Yo, Joe, thanks. Every once in a while, I'm the gift that keeps on giving, baby.
Jesus.
Has there been any
what?
Has there been any word for Connecticut to reopen? Because I saw May 20th.
The 20th is a tentative date right now. And we will know in about a week or so, we will know if they're going to do it. I would love for us to reopen on the 20th. I have a lot of work that I got to get accomplished. There's so much that we're doing behind the scenes right now, but there's so much to go forward on. And we have some things that we have lined up that we definitely want to get in play, rolling out.
I saw the May 20th thing. I was like, I need something concrete. So
May 20th is what is the projected date right now, and it may or may not be. I'm telling you, this coronavirus, and I'm telling you, you can't even make no late night BCs, man. Forget it. You try to do that, man. It's like you could catch a situation. You be the only one out there on the road. Whoop, whoop. Oh, Lord, let him just be testing that siren. Whoop, whoop. Sir, where are you coming from? Yeah, well, I was doing a little BC before Christ. No, booty call, huh? You got to go and explain that now to the judge. That's another thing that's going on. All your late night activities has come to an end. People are pent up. I'm telling you, they're going through jump off withdrawals. It's next level. That's a thing. Jump off withdrawals is a thing. That's a real thing. All right, somebody hit me with a story.
Business news. Okay. Feds clear General Motors in a UAW union corruption probe. Federal prosecutors have told GM that it is not currently a target in years-long investigation into corruption of the United Auto Workers Union. The confirmation allows the Wall Street Journal reporting earlier the week that federal officials were looking into GM as part of an investigation. The investigations had led to charges against 13 people, including 3 Fiat Chrysler executives and 10 people affiliated with the union.
What were they doing? Harry, you know this story?
No, but I will say this, just because the federal or the FBI tells you you're not currently a subject of an investigation, doesn't mean you're not a subject of the investigation.
Really? Anytime you get in the feds and crossroads, just know you're there.
Yep.
Just know you're there. Just like, oh, God. Let me help people understand something. Listen close. I'm glad we brought this up. This crossed my mind this weekend. There are reports right now that are people who are getting stimulus checks, $1,200 checks for their deceased relatives.
Okay? baby.
And it's a thing.
Yeah.
Listen close. Listen close. The government might tell you that there are people trying to figure out how to send it back. Let me say this real quick. You had a relative alive last year. They passed away in the last 6 to 8 months. They're still in the system, currently in the system as alive. And guess what? You got that check. You got that $1,200 check. You are tempted. You are tempted to go cash it, and listen close to me. $1,200 is not worth your freedom.
And just so you know, because I know a lot of people think, I'll go cash it at a cashier. Nobody's going to know.
What is wrong with you? Yeah, thank you, Harry. Thank you. That $1,200 check is still $1,200 check, illegal $1,200 check. Now, here's what. You don't know in 3 years, in 2 to 3 years, all of a sudden, and they'll wait 2 to 3 years on you. They'll wait 2 to 3 years, maybe even longer, and they run a software. And first of all, it's a software that generated a check in the first place. It was just a software that just had a name and spat out a check. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to run a software that's going to cross-reference all checks with debts prior to that check. That's no more than, in today's world, that is no more than running a software to address. Did you get it? We send out all these checks. We're looking for all the bad checks. Everyone who cashed a check from a deceased relative. And if your name is in that list, that's part of the stimulus package, how to get back the money. To hit you with fines. They're going to hit you with fines, probably penalty of jail. You got to pay legal fees, court fees. It's not worth it. You get a letter from the government telling you to turn yourself in.
What if they owed you money?
Oh.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna be sending $750 back. You got a reason with them people.
Oh God, I didn't think of that, but good point. Let me tell you something. If they owe you money, take the jewelry they left behind and cash it in.
Wow.
Do not cash that government check. The government, they'll tell you straight up, we ain't got nothing to do with your issues. This is not his check.
But you owe me money.
Trevor, was that check signed by Trump?
No.
Let me see. Let me go get it.
No.
They're not. They had to tell him no, knock it off.
Also, that's why he sent the letter.
Yeah, so he sent out the letter. You can
vote for him. So the federal investigation started.
No, it does not sign by him.
Oh, okay. So it started with a probe into the United Auto Workers officials taking bribes.
You wouldn't even have to. I'm sorry, Caleb, but Trevor, you wouldn't even have to look it up. You would remember that big old Sharpie signature. Go ahead.
I know.
So I'm gonna read it again. The federal investigation started with a probe into a United Auto Works official taking bribes and favors from executives at Fiat. Months after investigation was made public in July 2017, it was reported that prosecutors also were looking into whether similar actions occurred at GM and Ford Motors.
Oh God, please don't let Roger Gills be tied up in this. Oh Lord, please. Ralph Gills. Oh Lord, please don't. Oh Lord, then what would he be doing getting tied up in this? But you never know. They say executives at Fiat. You never know. He's an executive over there. In case you don't know who he is a young man with Haitian descent. Family moved from Queens, New York, to Canada, and while up there, he started drawing automobiles. He had this thing of big fan of drawing automobiles, and his aunt, he was living with his aunt in Canada, Toronto, who sent his drawings to Lee Iacocca. In case you don't know who Lee Iacocca is, he was an icon. He's the guy who turned Chrysler around back in the 80s when Chrysler was this failing company. Lee Iacocca came in and he turned the company around. He used to work for Ford. Ford fired him, and then he went over to Chrysler, and he came out with this design called cab forward, where your legs were stretched forward in a smaller automobile. He did it real good. I think the Intrepid was one of his big push. So anyway, Lee Iacocca passed away, and but before that, his Ralph Gill's aunt, Donald J. Trump, get that out of my damn face.
I don't see your check, Harry, so it doesn't count.
That's a nice masculine signature compared to
Get
this.
Out of here! I'm giving Black History. What is wrong
compared to this feminine signature right there?
Hey,
see how feminine that is?
That's a good signature though that Barack Obama has.
Wait a minute, I'm actually giving Black History here, and you cut it off to talk about signatures between. Jesus, shut up, Carrie.
Go ahead.
It's like ADD. Wait, you know.
You said Lee Iacocca is what? Black History?
So Lee Iacocca ran Chrysler, and Ralph Gillis, his aunt sent Lee Iacocca her nephew's drawing. Lee Iacocca took the drawings and actually got him into University of Michigan. Then he got an internship over at Chrysler. Did you go to the University of Michigan, or you went to the University of Ohio?
No, I went to small D3 school, but I've been up there to party.
Oh, you've been up there to party. Okay, so
what up, Shea Patterson?
And by the way, he's still partying. So Ralph worked his way up from an internship all the way on up to becoming the head of designs. Now, why is this so crazy and important? His design saved Chrysler. A young man who understood the hip hop community and realized Chrysler had this Chrysler 300 that used to look like an insurance salesman car. If you look at the old Chrysler before, look at 2003, 2004 Chrysler 300, they look like insurance salesman's car. And in 2005, the 04 to 05 season, Ralph came up with the 300 that looks like what we have out here today. Yeah. Then he redesigned the Charger. Do you see that car?
Insurance car? I'm thinking more of a grandpa car. I'm sorry.
Exactly. It was a total grandpa looking car. It was terrible. But he took it because it already had registration, and he just changed the design on it. And he made it one of the most sought after vehicles. They couldn't keep those things they couldn't keep them. They would just go flying off the shelves.
My aunt had one of those when they first came out. She loved it.
Of course, the new Chrysler, when he redesigned the 300, a young man, by the way, understood hip hop real good. And it was designed to give the average person that Bentley feel.
How does Rolls Royce feel?
Rolls Royce, Bentley, any of those two cars, but it was designed specifically to do that, to give you that feel. And it took off. It took off with
You got breaking news?
No, it was a private. Oh man, condolences to a good friend of mine, father, who has passed away. A classmate of mine as well, whose father has passed away. All right, but that is that's what it is with Ralph Ralph Gillis. So I hope he's not caught up in this Chrysler nonsense. Is my point. And because he's worked his way up so far up the chain, and now they're saying Chrysler executives. Who out? Did they say the names of the Chrysler executives? Caleb?
No, they didn't say no names.
Can you go ahead?
I'll say that one thing. I used to own a Jeep and stuff from Chrysler. They've kind of like gone downhill on their designs, in my opinion.
And what year Jeep?
I had a 2011.
The Jeep Wrangler?
No, Patriot. It looked like an old Cherokee, the body style.
Right. Those are when you bought the Sucker Mom car, man. Stop trying, man. the
Not Sucker Mom car. The Cherokee was a smaller version.
The actual cars that really counted out of Chrysler were the 300, the Chargers, the Challenger. Those were the ones that really took them over the edge. All the muscle cars.
Oh yeah.
All the muscle cars that they have that's pushing heavier charge. Those were his designs.
The only beef I have with him is he did not make a 2-door Charger.
He did.
No, he made a 4-door Charger.
A 4-door, yeah. Charger came in 4.
No 2-door Charger.
I saw one, but it was custom. You're right.
I know West Coast Customs did it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they did
one. As a matter of fact, it was down in your area, down in Fairfield County. I was on the highway. I saw it was black. It was, and how I knew it was custom, it was a matte black, fully custom Charger. I also saw a matte black, the Magnum, which is one of his designs. No one thought that the station wagon was going to make a comeback until the Magnum came out. Everybody had to have it. Because you know why? He knew it was going to be a hit, because that was specifically made for hip hop heads. Hip hop heads from the early O's, from the mid O's, early to mid O's. No, early to
mid 2000s.
I said like around 2011 or so, specifically for that group. And the reason being is because that car is where it has space for you to put your speakers. That car is designed specifically. It's your old grandfather's station wagon that was properly redesigned. Now, the problem with Chrysler that I have, is that front end knocking. Oh my God. Everyone who I know have one. I had one. I had a Magnum. And Kodak, you got you got one of those.
Yeah, it's too many parts up there.
And it makes a knocking, right?
Yeah, it's too many arms.
It's too many arms. I had the whole damn front end rebuilt one time. Still, I just made it part of the music. I just hit holes, or I just hit little bumps accordingly so it could stay with the beat that that's playing.
Car kept on knocking. Wow.
Yeah, it knocks like crazy, and it's not just the Magnum. My sister had a Charger, same thing. A friend of mine had a 300, exact same thing. It's a constant knocking in front, like somebody. It's like somebody opened the door and let him in. A constant knocking, constant. Those cars knock like crazy. Now that's not the design. That's in the engineering department.
Yeah, bad job by Dodge.
Yeah, the engineering department is who fell short on those cars, and which is amazing to me. That knocking cut it's only on the cars designed by old Ralph. Have you noticed that?
Oh man! All right, we're gonna get off that.
All right.
But for real, they gotta make a 2-door Charger.
2-door Charger would be nice.
Like this one.
If they do it in bulk, if they do it in mass production, would be nice.
Like this one.
But they won't do that.
They gotta make a 2-door Charger.
Harry decided
like this one.
What
Joe.
Is that?
A two-door Charger.
Two-door Charger.
Custom.
That's a custom. Yeah, I saw you exactly. That's a beautiful looking thing. Now, what they did there is that's not a Charger. You know that, right?
No, that's a Charger.
That's a Challenger that someone put the Charger front end on. If you pull it up, you'll see it's a Challenger that someone put they changed out the panels on the chart on the. I've seen the car. I literally saw the car. And I rode
I've seen
that one, but I've seen it.
I've seen West Coast Custom do it on their Netflix show. They've done it before, actually. They like shorten the bot. They cut out the four-door part and they shorten it up.
That's just too much because I've actually seen the chassis. All you gotta do is just take the chassis of the. You could take because they interact very close.
Yeah.
So you could just change the whole front end of that damn car. Because if you look at the back end of that car that was just up, who was it? You or Harry put it up?
That was me.
The back end of that car, that's literally a Challenger. The back end is a Challenger, and the front end is the Charger. That's why it looks so. Well, I've seen it. Believe me, I've been around those. Oh God. Oof. All right, people. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys this morning. Harry Jokes came to argue over nothing. Joey Ugly was not into it. Not this morning. Not today, Satan. Kotick
not about that smoke.
Kotick probably gave us about 2 minutes of participation this morning.
So
he just hung out. Thanks, Caleb, for reading the news. Thanks, Trevor, for giving me the sports.
No props.
And thank to myself for being here, man.
I'll tease you guys this for tomorrow. We had some NBA talk about what they're going to do next year.
Uh-oh. Let it rip.
1994, I'm off the porch, sipping 40 ounces with my dogs. Going half on nickel bags of funk. That was back when I believed in luck. Yeah. Running off at the mouth could get you. But back then all it did was get you jump. Pants rubbing and humping's 88. I'm getting older now. Yeah, watching older figure throwing rims up on his truck. I was fascinated how he's getting all his stuff. Heard he died on the dance floor, doing the butt. They was shooting up the party, screaming, "It's better duck." And I couldn't get enough, cause apparently I'm stuck. Just pay me what you owe me, never can I get a buck. And I'm arrogant as I tell you, look, life is a game of spades and it's played by the book, yup. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. They thought I wouldn't make it, then I made it. I thought that they would love me, but they hated. They thought that I was high and I was faded. But still ain't no denying I'm the greatest ever. I promised my daughter to never promise. I broke that promise twice, now I owe my daughter all kinds of. I don't wear a watch, I can show you what time it is. I be spinning blocks, texting I'm right outside your crib. It's not a magic trick when I'm disappearing inside you, sis. Swimming with the sharks, dodging all them piranha fish. Cause I ain't trying to lose, and that's a major accomplishment. Kids in private school, you can miss me with all that minor. Take my coffee, 2 sugars, heavy on the cream. 3 albums, 1 summer, Philly Blunt a machine. I am January's baby, February's dream. Marching into April, I'm something June never seen. And it seems I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne.